see zombies. I see zombies. I see zombies. When I die, zombies, zombies. Are you a zombie? Zombies, zombies. Are you a zombie? Zombies, zombies. Are you a zombie? Zombies, when I die.
Hello, Jeremy Holtom, music producer here. I don't talk like this normally, but I'm started to for this rather unusual, bizarre TV channel I've started on YouTube, and I'm going to be reporting on various strange stories about the weird country that we actually live in at the moment. And this one I've been getting quite involved with, which is to do with a sprightly 87-year-old living in a bedsit, basically, where obviously he has no security of tenure at all and can be evicted at all if the landlord feels like it. This is Bob. Bob, in fact, there and here. There we go. Here's Bob. Here, there. I don't know if you can see that there. Anyway, see, Bob is 87 years old, and where he lives is, in fact, technically called a care home, and it's in Lockerbie in Scotland. And what I want to say to you about this is that I have become slightly aware of it because, you know, he is 87 after all, which is quite a young age really, and obviously very capable of being evicted with his dog Darky, which is a beautiful dog, and his only companion because his wife died 2 years ago, and he is, as I say, living in a care home. Care, with inverted commas, means that you care. Let me say it again, you care if you're in a care home, and obviously if people are living in a care home, it's probably the last place that they're actually going to live. And Bob is supposed to be a delightful man with a wonderful, gentle Scottish accent, has kidney dialysis 3 times a week, and sometimes in the care home, where he has a legal contract called a lease. Let me explain that. It's a legal contract called a lease, which means he's entitled to live in the place as long as he pays his way right the way through until he dies. And you can't change a lease once it's been put in place because it is a legal contract. Anyway, the care home have decided that they find his dog a little irritating, even though the other residents, who are not as well as him, quite enjoy the company of the dog, which obviously brings a bit of happiness and cheer into a place that very often, beautiful though it may be on the outside in beautiful grounds, is to the people who live in it very, very similar to a prison. And this one is owned by a wonderful, wonderful company called Mead Medical Care, who obviously do great things to keep the elderly alive, like kicking out people like Bob because they have a dog and a contract that allows the dog to be there because the dog came in with his wife and they signed an agreement to be there with the dog before she died. And obviously he is a man who is grieving. Now I want to see if it's possible to get people to engage what this really means, because if hypothetically this care home gets away with not caring at all, I'll repeat, not caring at all, because if you kick out a man at the young sprightly age of 87, or you separate him from his dog, which is his only remaining companion, you are going to kill him. So effectively, kick him out is effectively a death sentence, and he's living on death row to be kicked out into a coffin because the care home can't get themselves organised to be able to deal with it. Now, a petition has been raised, which is raised about 250,000 signatures. They've got quite a lot of publicity from it, and it would be quite easy to turn that publicity into something quite positive by allowing Bob to stay, by recognising that Darky the dog is already a celebrity and will probably end up in a film which might make a lot of money and pay for Bob to be there all his life. They could hire the dog whisperer Cesar Milan to sort out the issues to do with the fact that it is sometimes shitting and pissing, which obviously is a bit unpleasant, but dogs do that. If you're a care home, and you let a dog into your home, then obviously you're going to have to accept the possibility that occasionally it'll piss and shit. Anyway, I just wanted to flag this up to you because obviously I feel personally that this must be stopped, because these people who are supposed to be caring people rather than psychopaths or Gestapo need to understand that the dog needs to remain with Bob, and Bob needs to remain in the beautiful place in which he is in. So all I would like to suggest is that, as I've done, you all write letters and bombard the company with so many letters that they can't function, that you consider telephoning the company and speaking to the staff, stirring it all up a bit, because this is the way that things get stopped. Petitions are only the start. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you'll engage and do something a bit more tangible than sitting in an armchair and signing a petition, in order that Bob, who is a delightful man, can stay in his home. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this brief little clip, which is really a light-hearted way of dealing and trying to engage people on a very, very serious subject. Have a very good day. I did say this would only be an occasional thing, but occasional might mean every day, because there's so many bizarre news stories coming out these days that what else can I do other than comment on them. Thank you very much. Just in case you didn't get it, here again is the issue which this video is about. Thank you.
Zombies when you're shopping, zombies in your home, zombies on the train, and zombies who are stoned. Zombies, zombies, I see zombies, I see zombies, I see zombies when I die. We may be zombies, we may be zombies, we may be zombies when we die. Zombies who are drugs, zombies at the gym, and zombies who are dim. Zombies on the radio, zombies who are stars, zombies on the TV, and zombies